is well known for its wine, but there's something else brewing in the region. Craft beer is becoming big business with more and more breweries on the scene. And the annual Beer Appreciation Day is a celebration of the trend.
We see a lot of people returning here every year. They love it. Part of that's obviously the beer, part of it's the event itself because it's a really cruisy, good time. But yeah, it's definitely growing in popularity.
You only need to look at the people here to understand that craft beer is just going through the roof, man. It's going off.
This year, Beer Appreciation Day expanded into Beer Week at Giant Brewing. Half-priced beers were up for grabs. If you could play darts better than the brewer.
Certainly my busiest summer yet. I think more and more people are consuming Hawke's Bay beer and craft beer full stop.
Beer Week finished with God's Own Brewery's Hop Harvest, with patrons giving a helping hand for a true before and after experience.
So we'll just pull a few out and drop them on some tables. There's some volunteers over there. Trying to bring in the whole concept of beer farming, where we can utilise the land and property to better sort of facilitate our production processes. In the short time we've been here, which is a little bit on 9 years now, especially in Hawke's Bay, it's grown quite substantially from 2 breweries, microbreweries, upwards of 11 in a short period of time. More the merrier, in my personal opinion. I think the market, entering the market, you need to be quite sure on where you're going to put your energy on and how you're going to basically make a difference in the market. We're of the belief that the smaller brew pub model, even though it might have a bigger outlay initially, I think it's got a long-term sustainability that might see other breweries come and go if they're competing in a very bottled and commercial basis.
Also entering the brewing business are the region's winemakers. With many of the skills transferable, they're able to turn a hobby into something a little more serious.
I was home brewing for a couple of years, about 7 or 8 years ago. There's a lot of new hops in New Zealand, so we were experimenting with all the different flavours. A kind of hobby passion turned into a kind of a business opportunity with all the cyclists and the cruise ships coming by Hawke's Bay in the summers.
Beer now makes up 40% of the business, with much of the winemaking equipment able to be repurposed for beer.
We got all the glycol, heating and cooling pretty much for free as it was all set up, so we only had to put in half the equipment of what normal people would have to.
A similar tale is told on the Gimblett Gravels, where winery workers were dabbling with beer. Marketing Trinity Hill's own brew was as simple as putting a bottle on the bar.
With the amount of people that come through the door, especially over summertime, some of the husbands are dragged along with the family excursion to the winery, and maybe are not so fussed on wine, they have an option to try craft beer. So it was just a perfect harmony.
Craft beer is no mere commodity. Varieties are constantly expanding and evolving.
I think nothing new will come, and then all of a sudden one year will be milkshake beers, and then next year might be pastry stouts, or then there's slushy beers come out, and then there's brut IPAs, which is kind of champagne-y kind of IPAs and out of San Diego. So yeah, I'm always intrigued by the next thing that comes out.
While the grain and the grape might seem unlikely bedfellows, there's a match underway for a consummate experience, thanks to Harworth's personal beer brand.
Being in the midst of harvest, doing a collaboration beer with Napier Brewing Company at the moment, integrating a bit of grape juice, Viognier grape juice into a Pilsner style. So just a bit of a co-ferment and a collab working with Napier Brewing Company with Ketapos. Good fun.
Patrick O'Sullivan, Local Focus.